Van der Poel holds on for third straight E3 Classic victory. Mathieu van der Poel held on by his nails to claim a stunning long-range victory at the E3 Saxo Classic for the third year in a row on Friday, in an ominous statement ahead of the prestigious Tour of Flanders. Less than a week after the Dutchman's disappointing 8th-placed finish at the first monument of the season, Milan-San Remo, Van der Poel had to produce a dogged ride to hold on to victory after riding clear some 42 kilometres from the finish, only to be almost caught in the final kilometre. Having won by a minute and a half and 1 minute in the two previous years, Van der Poel was made to work much harder this year. He led by around 50 sec with 20 kilometres to ride, but a four-man chase group of Norwegians Per Strand Hagenes and Jonas Abrahamsen and Belgians Florian Vermeersch and Stan de Wolf steadily pulled him back. As he went under the red flag indicating the final kilometre, they were barely 2 seconds behind. But the four started to look at each other, waiting for someone else to complete the catch, and Van der Poel kicked on to win by just 4 seconds, with Hagenes second and Vermeersch third. When Van der Poel made his initial move, there was no sign of the drama that would come. At times, it looked as though Van der Poel was using the 208-kilometre-long ride over 16 hills and 9 cobbled sections as training for the 271-kilometre Tour of Flanders, the year's second monument, which follows much of the same course in just over a week's time. There, Van der Poel will not be the favourite, for a change, as twice winner Tadej Pogačar will be on the start line. Van der Poel, who will be chasing a new record fourth win in Flanders, was unable to cling onto Pogačar's coattails when the Slovenian great launched his decisive attacks over the Flemish Bergs in 2023 and 2025. And having been dropped by four-time Tour de France champion Pogačar on the Poggio climb last weekend when the world champion finally landed his first Milan-San Remo victory, Van der Poel knows he has his work cut out next weekend. However, this was already a fourth victory this year for the record 8-time cyclocross world champion, having also won Omloop Het Nieuwsblad in February and 2 stages of Tirreno Adriatico earlier this month. Van der Poel followed an acceleration by Tim van Dijk on the Tyenberg cobbled climb around 70 kilometres from the finish. The pair quickly caught a chase group behind the breakaway leaders, and the Dutchman then dropped that entire group on the following climb, the Bonjeberg. He then caught the day's breakaway, and with 42 kilometres left on the Paterberg cobbled climb, the former world champion went clear. The race seemed over, but there was still a tense finish to come.